Mr. Chairman, and I would first like to say my thoughts and prayers are with the family, hopefully are with the families of the service members that we lost. May the good Lord put peace in everyone's heart. Mr. Colby, thank you for being here today. In the NDS, it emphasizes our essential responsibility of the Department of War is to ensure that we always are able to negotiate from a position of strength in order to sustain peace in the Indo-Pacific. What is your perspective on ensuring we have self-sustaining energy capabilities to operate in a contested space? In particular, as we move forward in technology, the development of mobile tactical microgrid power systems, if you're familiar with that. And I'd like to get your perspective on how that will help enable, and as I think it will, our warfighters in those
Well, thank you, Congressman. And I'm not an expert on that specific issue, but I do think the ability to have logistics that are adapted to the scale of the Indo-Pacific area and also the ability to be resilient even in the face of significant precision attack at scale is very important. And so self-sustaining kind of energy models are I think...
As this, I'm going to call it conflict, war, however you want to define it, as we're moving into this once again, and I'm for sure, and I may be totally wrong on this, but I'm pretty positive we fought in Iraq for about 20 years. I may be wrong on that. It may be a lot shorter than that. I may be losing my mind. But I would recommend, if we're not doing that the Department of War takes a hard look on long-term sustainability if we have to send boots on the ground like we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. The United States lacks a sufficient domestic production for high-purity iron. Higher purity iron serves as a foundation input for the rare earth magnets, permanent magnets, naval shipbuilding alloys, electrical systems, hypersonic systems, and other advanced defense applications. Where do we stand on that currently if we're trying to pull everything back into the United States?
Sir, I'm sorry, I'll have to get back to you. I don't have an update.
I'm going to get something to you here in a second, I promise. What's your familiarity on subsea cabling as far as the department?
Somewhat, obviously limited in what I can say in this setting.
Are you familiar with the department's stance on, in any way, shape, or form, subsea cabling?
Yes, I'm familiar in general terms. Not trying to be evasive, just obviously a lot of that's behind the curtain.
Do you know how much information travels underneath the subsea cabling systems from the United States everywhere?
I don't have a precise figure, but I think it's a lot.
95 to 99% of all communications, including the Department of War's information, travels under the water, not over the top of our head. I'm curious of what the offensive, defensive capabilities of protection of these subsea and cabling systems is and what the strategy will be moving forward. And my concern is, because we talk about the Department of War, I've been asking every secretary, deputy secretary, and all their buddies, who's responsible for the subsea cable protection for the United States? And I've got Department of War, Homeland Security, Commerce, DOJ, FCC, the dude walking down the street, and probably the guy that flew the plane here to get me back to D.C., touches this in some way. My question is, if we have a catastrophic hit on those cabling systems, because $10 trillion travels underneath that system daily, I can't get a straight answer on who's responsible if they are hit, which we get hit twice a week. Nefarious actors, fishermen, doesn't matter. But I need someone to tell me, because this isn't where we're looking. And that's guerrilla warfare. And the way that I see it, if you cripple our ability to communicate, whether that's data, banking, Department of War, there's a lot worse things in life than dying. And if you take our economy down to a knee, we're in bad shape. So I'm assuming you can't speak to me in detail in this setting, but what I would like to have is either come see you come see me, or in this classified setting that we're going to have after the fact. I need some answers from the Department of War, because I'll say not if, but when something happens, somebody's going to have to speak to us and tell us why, because what I don't want is to say that we weren't looking. Fair enough?
More than fair, sir. I share your concern about it. It's not, I'm the policy guy, but I commit to get you a good answer, and would be delighted to talk to you further about that and other topics.
All right. Mr. Chairman, I yield.
Gentleman yields back. Chair, and I recognize the gentlelady from Washington, Ms. Strickland.
Thank you, Chairman.